Does he do enough away from not scoring goals?
Oh, yes,
to warrant?
Absolutely, yeah. Again, depending on the choices that the manager has if Jurgen Klopp was left with just 3 guys up front, then you have to just keep playing them.
Right.
But the fact that you have a Jota sitting on the bench who scores regularly, then you have to use that option when it's available.
Klopp talked about it after the game. He talked about the fact that what he liked about Darwin Nunez was how he occupied the 2 centre-backs with his runs, with his physicality, and it created more space for the others. Now, there's no doubt, you know, and we've already mentioned it, when Salah goes away, then it becomes more problematic. But we only really discuss this if it dries up for the others and Liverpool start dropping points. I don't want to keep harping on about it, but we wouldn't sit here and talk about, oh, is Zinchenko a bit of a weak point at left back when they haven't got the ball? Is Kai Havertz working in midfield? We wouldn't be discussing that if the other areas of the field were operating and Arsenal were winning, but they're not. So we're now looking at, well, they're not right in the middle of the park. There's a problem in that position. And I think only when Liverpool, if it starts to go wrong for them and you know, Diaz is not scoring and Jota's not scoring and Nunez is continuing to miss chances, if they're dropping points, it's going to be a big story. If they're not, Jurgen Klopp can say, well, look, he's working hard, he's running the channels, he's getting on the end of things, we're winning games, I'm OK with it.
What do you make of Nunez, Mario?
No, you know, like what the guys already tapped into, the downside for him is that, you know, of course, the scoring is one of the key things. And, you know, like from, you know, even when he was sitting in the stands watching him, when Liverpool, when we were all enjoying them, was when they all 3 up front were scoring. And, of course, Diaz, and, you know, gets his moments and, you know, even if one would go off. But for him now, the only thing what I do like about him is that he keeps on going. It does not matter. Like, you have so many players, actually, that be in a situation now with him not scoring would be, like, on the other end and saying, like, you know, you could not see him make the effort anymore. He's not producing certain things anymore. But he's now working on, if I can't score, I make sure my other teammates are scoring. And that's what he's creating. But there was one opportunity, Stevie called it, when he, you know, got the better of Bodman, because, you know, one of the key things which you learn in England, you never let the ball bounce. When you let it bounce, and I felt like he picked that up really quickly as a, you know, as a foreigner coming into that league. The ball bounced, he pushes Bodman off and gets a one-on-one with a goalkeeper. That is moments as a striker, you have to finish it. It doesn't matter, you know. It's not like he has to be like scoring so many goals, but these are the goals that I would say to me is the other moments he can be unlucky, but that moment you gotta finish it off.
What he can't do is do what we're doing, because I'm assuming the majority of us, when he goes through, at this moment, you don't know whether he's going to score.
Right.
If that ever creeps into his brain, then he's in trouble.
We can do without Salah.
Look, there's just no other way to say it than it's going to be difficult to get the goals that he gets. But the fact is, they've got players with ability that can produce enough goals to win games. And I don't think anybody can argue that. Now, the fact is they've got to now go and do that, but at least Klopp now has options on players who have ability, who will get into scoring positions. Unfortunately for Klopp, Salah's the one guy when he gets in a position where you know he's going to score. I don't suppose you can say that with anybody else on the front line.
Who's your front 3? Sorry.
I would go with Diaz on the left. I would have Nunez up in the middle, and I'd have Jota on the right.
Right.
Yeah. I still think Nunez can come good.
I think I'd have it slightly. I think I'd have the same 3 ball, but I think I might have
Jota through the middle.
Jota through the middle as a sort of false 9, and I think we'll see Cody Gakpo doing that. It's not just the goals. You look at the 2 assists he had, and I mentioned it. You know, that little. Now he doesn't. Quite often he plays these little passes and it hits somebody in the legs, but quite a lot of times it comes off. These little reverse slide balls. When he's not even in a wide position, he's actually quite close to the goal. He pokes these little balls through. I mentioned De Bruyne earlier. I don't even think he does that. He's more into playing these longer balls. I don't think anybody else in the league plays it as well and sees it as well and sees it as early as Salah. So they're going to miss that with the outside of the left foot cross into the box for the Gakpo lucky finish off the studs, and that's what Nunez needs, something like that to go his way. because that wasn't exactly a clean finish. But it's not just the goals, and it's also the threat. If you looked at Newcastle and the way they started the game, they were so worried about Alexander-Arnold and Salah that Joe Linton was they had so much space on that side because he was so deep and he was coming inside. And so that kind of takes a little bit of a threat away as well. So it's obviously going to be huge.